We're back.
5 red lights to the race of Belgium. They're out. We're the revs build up and we're on their way. And it is again a pretty good launch from Jure Pawlikowski, but this time Ola is on pole, so he gets good enough launch to save himself from being overtaken. Luke Teunissen drops that position to Jure Pawlikowski as he went a little bit wide. Chris Lawrence and Valentino Campa in combat. Chris Lawrence has gone up to 4th place. And look at how close he is to the back of Luke Teunissen here already. Got a bunch of switches in the grid here. We've got Rabat. Oh, and Said Al-Falassi, big crash! Said Al-Falassi in the barriers, big in the barriers as well. The barriers completely deformed.
Virtual safety car is out on the track.
This was a big crash. So we saw Said going straight to the wall, and we had, I think, Milan Derksen joining him in the wall on the other side, rather. Because there we can see Milan Derksen driving around without a front wing. Brunitsky Ballas, who goes round because I think they made contact at the top of Radion.
And James Brocklehurst and Kuchen going side by side.
Survived his way into the point.
Left, right part. I still don't remember the name.
Look, yeah, through the Lecombe chicane, and here we go down towards that long right-hander at Brussels. You can do a switchback here if you get your opponent to dive a little.
Safety car!
Here it
Safety
comes.
car!
And Rio Montano around the outside of bus stop chicane on...
Yeah, and it's feeling like we are in lap 10 or something, but we're only lap 6 and safety car out again. And there we go.
That looked really weird. It was like the safety car boards were flashing again when they came onto the main straight.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Derksen lost a lot of speed there. Ole, Van Laar DNF'd. Safety car, full safety car.
We've lost Marcel Van Laar.
Derksen already pushing a bit, and Teunissen gets a great exit. Derksen really has problems on the exit of the bus stop chicane, and yeah,
He does
basically.
get a good exit. Now, that's lucky for him, because that's not...
Oh, and Brandishing Ballas.
And we're racing again.
Yeah, Valentino's already lost place. Let's keep Ballas. Oh, 3 into 1! And around the outside, Juraj Pawlikowski and Valentino Campa, and this... Oh, I was going to say it's going to be the 3rd time Brandishing Ballas is going to go side by side with someone going into Eau Rouge and Radion, and well, twice it didn't go extremely well. And Valentino down to 10th now, so he's lost a place on this restart. He gains it back now.
And Radu trying to force Ballas into a mistake, nearly rear-ending him.
Whoa,
Oh, and Ballas
there
does a
goes-
mistake.
He got, you know, originally Ballas got super lucky because he was technically, you could see he was technically heading straight towards the wall, and then he got that little touch in the back from Lepidatu, which actually sent him spinning the other direction. There we go, good defensive maneuvers from Juraj Pawlikowski, and they push each other off the track!
Oh.
And Juraj Pawlikowski comes off better somehow, despite being the one who got pushed round.
And look at Lucas Dirksen going past Luke Tunison now. At the end of the Camel Straight, diving down the inside, he...
That is for the current lead of the race, although not the net lead of the race.
Oh, and Pawlikowski past Dominic Kuchen, question mark.
Oh no, he goes round! I'm going to be honest at this point, Dominic is cutting a lot of people off at this corner. I've seen him do it like 3 times now.
Yeah. Yeah, and Oli now trying to get past Rio Montano.
No ERS, so the DRS is gonna make the whole difference. Now, if I was Ryu, I would focus on staying within 1 second while saving ERS. Mainly because if they keep overtaking each other every lap on the Camel Straight, Oli will end up being in front when the race finishes.
Yeah.
He's back for round 2. Is he gonna put it on the inside of Dominic again? No, he's gonna have to. Dominic gives him the inside line. Uh-oh. And this time he dives deep enough that he can't cut him off.
Yeah.
And he's through into 7th place.
He learned. Evolution is coming.
He will really need it. Especially, here he comes. You can see that flashing rear light on the back of the Alpine. And he uses that 10% of extra energy saved up. Oh, and he almost loses it. Oh, and this is where the strategic chess begins. And now, Oli will probably start realizing that if this overtaking each lap continues, he'll end up losing out. Yeah, well, he's pushing, but he's got 1% ERS.
Yeah.
Here, there, he hits 0. So now all he has is his DRS.
Yep.
He is going for it, but it's not enough.
Chess.com is jealous for our chess here.
Oh, but Ryu overcompensates a little. And now, here, Rio Montano, you blow your ERS as hard as you can. You can see he's absolutely rocketing away from him on this Camel Straight.
It's the American leading the final lap for now.
He's Mexican, yeah.
Oh, Rio's Mexican, sorry.
Minister of Defense, Minister of Strategy this time. Both have blown their ERS as hard as they can. Rio Montano wins in Belgium! Finally, he gets what he deserved.
And thank you for being here. If you want to join us, link is now going onto the screen. Bye bye.
both go off on the middle of the camel straight.
What an epic battle here! Wheel to wheel with the Haas and the LP!
This is great racing. Welcome to the Lom1138 Cup for another go here at Zandvoort. We have the round 12 here in the Netherlands at Zandvoort. And this is trick map. Key corners are 1, 3, 7, 11 and 14. Good overtaking spots. And we will see good racing today, hopefully. And broadcasted by AZcom, EBN and tcast. And with me here is Szandor, Czirjak. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, and with me, Szandor, Czirjak. He couldn't hear me because I was muted.
Hello, that makes sense. I already noticed that in the first place anyway.
Yeah, and we have a look at the standings before this event. Tunison is still leading, 162 points right now. And behind him is Lucas Dirksen, charging for the championship. We only have 4 races after this, containing 2 sprint races. And
Yeah, still a lot of points up for grabs, so don't count anything out just yet. I mean, Lucas made a very heroic race with points in the last few races last season.
yeah, and his gap is worth a win with the fastest lap. So
yeah,
we will have a good battle, hopefully, and we see the first drivers
commit straight
to
ups
go
unsafe
out.
relief there. That's always fun to see, isn't it?
Yeah. You're standing kinda ill, so...
That's fine. Okay, I don't think my Steam wants to work today, so I'm just gonna watch tgis stream.
Yep.
I don't know what the hell's going on with Steam, but I don't think it really matters anyway.
My live timing is disconnected. Why? Yeah, let me check that. Live timing. Telemetry. Okay, no IP leaks, luckily. Pong 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 pong. Ah, okay, it's working now. Had to change the port. Okay, we're back. Okay, Pim Groenewegen. Here we have him. In the Williams. And he's the first one to start his lap. For some reason my taskbar is not hiding, so I won't see like a small gap in the bottom. Like a line under the F122 logo.
Yeah, I know that happens sometimes. It's kind of weird when it does that.
Yeah, my other screen's hiding, so... I can press my Windows key quick. Nope, not hiding. Yeah, okay, screw it. Pim Groenewegen, on his lap, there is another Alpha Tower, I think. That could be Side Alpha Lassie.
These first few corners, the lines, well, you can go anywhere you want, really, but you need to try and find what the best line is, even if there's many that are just as fast through turn 3.
Yep.
It's an important
and we got a new driver.
track.
We got a new driver, Kai van Paradon. Currently in P1 listed. From the Netherlands, but 90% Portuguese.
Yeah, they said 90% Portuguese, but we're just gonna commit a
Oh, what is
Verstappen
happening
moment
here?
on them. Classify them as Dutch.
Yeah.
Oh, I see Tigas's textures have done something funny, and
Yep.
one of the textures is half on the track.
Okay,
Isn't
we can
that
ignore
fun?
that.
I did that at Melbourne as well,
Yup.
and then I just completely removed the texture instead of fixing it.
Oh, and here again.
Oh, it's there as well. We just got some extra AstroTurf, you know, just to reduce the grip a little, make it
Yep.
more treacherous and fun
So-
to drive, yeah.
So I learned something, don't put a transparent texture. And we got a first lap, 1:12.003, so
It's not
Szandor,
terrible,
you
huh?
have to
Pretty good.
save it's good.
Yeah, as I was gonna say, we're
want to know.
definitely gonna get improvements, but it's not a lot. Only 300ths of a second,
Yeah.
Rio want to know.
Radu slotting in, and we got Luke Tunison starting his lap.
Ferrari across the line. That's Chris Lawrence. He's definitely done a banker lap there.
Yeah. And Dirksen already pitting again. Milan Dirksen. And Lucas Dirksen 1:11.1.
There we go. That's what I said.
That's what I call a
Those
bonkers.
improvements will be coming eventually. Oh,
Olaf.
did you see that? One of the mechanics became like an ethereal being there for a second.
Okay. I didn't see it. And we get a lot of drivers slotting in, so let's have a look at
Rokowski has gone second, Muffin's gone fifth, Brazil's got
Nickman, please.
Nikos Alfiadis has gone seventh.
Okay, next one to cross the line is Saida Falassi. Going through the texture. It is supposed to be transparent. Well, it isn't.
Makes a lot of curb.
Oh,
and yeah,
invalidating the lap
curb on
here.
the entry, maybe. A bit too much focus on the entry, a little bit too little focus on the exit, perhaps. Dick
Tunison.
Tennyson, third.
Still 0.6 off Lucas Darkson. So Lucas Darkson has put in a incredible lap here. As we see him here on screen. Going to the pits now. Yep. They're really tight, so look if the mechanics are doing something weird here too. Oh yeah, they just teleported out. Okay, now it's time to wait. Only Nickman still on track. And Pavlikowski and Tunison. And Kuchen is doing a lap, I think. Never mind. It's Tunison actually. Ah, never mind. Yep, so everyone's waiting here.
There are people doing laps, wow.
Let's have a look into the pits. We see... Is it Radu? Yeah, Radu is coming out. And Alfiada's coming in. So, Radu. There he is. Oh. Going across the pit exit line is allowed.
I mean, it doesn't really impact anything in qualifying anyway.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. I wonder about the weather that is coming to be in the race.
Well, it is the Netherlands, so you never know. You never know. That's the bad part, but also the fun part.
So forecast says 70%. 17.
If it were realistic weather, we would have been lucky today, because it's been raining like literally non-stop the past 2 days, and today it suddenly stopped.
Perfect.
It's a shame there is no like realistic live weather setting. Considering all the tracks are in real life venues, it shouldn't be that hard of a feature to add.
Other games have it. Reduce starting his lap now. Close to the apex there. And I think it touched the one there on the inside, and in the F1 game for some reason it's faster to go on the inside instead of the outside like the drivers did in real life.
Yeah, you notice in real life they tend to go very far. Well, in this game it doesn't really matter which line you take out of wide or going to the inside, but what I personally found was the best line last year was that you just start a little wide and then you try to kind of, as if you're doing a switchback on someone is how you take the corner.
Yeah.
Best. Because you do want to get your car like straightened out as soon as you can after turn 3, because if you go only a slight bit wide, that spiky curb is waiting for you. The spiky curb of doom. And let me tell you, it is not friendly.
And coming around on the last corner now. Radu.
So
What is he clocking in for a lap?
It's Radu.
It's P5 for him. 111.9.
Yeah, we've got this track's got a bunch of dangerous curbs. Bunch of murderous ones. This one here on the outside, if you go a bit too wide on it, is a bit of an awkward moment. This one is not too dangerous. It's high, but not as dangerous as it looks. This one definitely is dangerous.
Oh, whoa! Well held.
If you're Saeed, the outside curb at turn 9 is also very dangerous.
Yep. But
This
well
curb
held.
is not as dangerous as it should be, I think. You can just throw your car over, it's fine. This next curb, again, it's just good. This outside curb is just what it should be.
Still valid
So,
lap, you know?
yeah. Most of this track is good.
Oh, really
The
wide
middle
there.
sector is full of murder curbs. Here comes Saeed's lap, and it's still faster than 2 people.
Just P11.
Dominic's lap was definitely back a lap. I say he forgot what exactly counts as racing surface and what doesn't. But I mean, if you don't lose any time, then I don't see a point in. Wait, he invalidated his lap somehow.
Yeah, it was his out lap, I think. In lap.
Then he must have cut turn 1 then to invalidate.
Which is impossible, I think.
How do you cut turn 1?
Oh yeah, onboard camera on Red Bull. And here we see him over the red part, another red part. It looks really slow, but I think it isn't. And here we go.
Very IndyCar-esque
1, 2, 3.
wide-angle camera here. And up to second he goes.
0.1 improvement, but still 0.3 gap to Lucas Dirksen, who set a monster lap, to be honest. And Kai van Paridon setting his first lap. This looked really quick there. Oh no! There was unstable setup, I think.
Yeah, that's turn 7 for you. Wait, no, that's not. Wait, I don't even know what corner is what anymore. I think it's turn 6 actually.
No, it was. This is turn 8 here, where he is right now, and now turn 9.
It's just you could refer to the corners by their names, but then again, people were on Dutch. It's literally impossible to pronounce the name.
And sector 3 is yellow because someone's going slow. I think it is Tunison. Yeah, who's coming into the pits, I think.
Those great old corner names that we have with the old hard G sound in it.
Bro didn't watch the intro. And... oh! Spin out of turn 1 into the pit lane exit. Don't get us qualified, Luke. Okay.
Qualified for blocking the pit lane exit. That is a very easy thing to do.
Yep. And Muffin. Alexander Wasser. I think he's coming to the pits because his ERS is still off. Yep. And we get a waiting face again.
This is an interesting situation because I think I'm not fully sure if people have enough time to do 2 flying laps, like go out, do a lap, go back in, and then come out again. But I think they might just have time for that.
Yeah, we can hear some cars coming out of the pits.
Oh yeah, I see. There's like literally 3 going right behind each other, which includes the 2 Aston Martins. Which lap at Rado? What will you do? He'll pit. So yeah, it's Nicholas Alfiadis and the 2 Aston Martins. Sorry. Dominic Kuchen's just gone out in the Mercedes.
Exactly, but this is Luke Tunison on a fast lap right now. What is he clocking in? Let's have a look.
Clocks in at a...
oh, a slow one. Okay, so he's starting his real lap now.
Yeah, if you look at his ERS on the steering wheel, you can see it's at around 80%, so he must have been saving there.
Yep, he didn't quite hit the apex there.
That was a nice apex at turn 2 at least. A bit wider than the line I would have taken there. Someone's going round or going slow. I think that might be Dominic
Alfiadis.
Yeah, it's Nicholas Alfiadis, so he must have been a hot lap.
Oh, purple sector 1 there. Oh, Luke Tunison.
Very safe exit line there, I must say. Again,
taking
very safe lines, like trying to save himself from touching curbs, which again, yeah, I would do that myself as well, but it's not the greatest idea if you want to gain time. There's Nicholas Alfiadis' spun again, coming through the penultimate corner. Luckily he'll be out of the way of Luke by the time he gets to the main straight. Just drifted wide there on that curb a little, don't touch it too hard. Throw it into that penultimate corner.
Yeah.
Then flat out through the bank to last corner. It makes you happy that F1 got a little exception to the regulations purely for a single corner here. And Luke goes up to second. So yeah, funny how F1 has a maximum allowance for banked corners and then it proceeds to immediately make an exception to that rule with the first new track that comes in that has banking.
Yeah.
It's a bit like the Dutch language. You make a rule, and then everything's an exception to it.
Same in German. I just say, like the German word for battery is Akku, and it means a rechargeable battery. So, and a grammar rule is no double K's, but Akku has a double K.
Fun. Same thing with, what is it? Dutch, the Dutch language has a way of making words like nouns into small versions of itself by adding tje to the end or something along the lines of that. Kje, sometimes it really depends on the words. But there is a rule on that rule that you are not allowed to have ngk right after each other.
Oh, nice.
This is, for example, in effect on the word for king. So if you were to make that into a smaller word, you get from koning to koninkje, but because ngk is not allowed, you make it koninkje without g for no reason at all.
And Alexander Wasser just improved his lap, but didn't improve in a position. As we talked about some languages.
I mean, you must fill the time sometimes.
Yeah.
So it keeps.
And Rio Montano, I think, just crossed the line.
People are just doing laps. Here comes Lucas.
Yeah, and Lucas Dirksen coming. Oh my god, 110.9.
There we go.
I think that's a pole position, and I think he practiced for that race. A lot.
I mean, he failed twice at winning this race.
Yeah, and Chris Lawrence here, having some traffic in front.
Because, I mean, I don't blame him that he failed both times at winning this race. It's because Elias won both.
Yeah.
Oh, very late getting out of the way there.
Both Williams.
Both Williams.
Fine in the way. And I
then
think...
getting in each other's way. There's a lot of traffic down to turn 3 as well.
Oh my...
Whoa, yeah, he touched the grass coming into the corner. You could see him just drift to white there.
Yeah, and he instantly turned off the ERS, so... Quick reaction skills there, and now everyone is out of the pits. The track is as full as it can get.
Oh, someone's... Looks like they've just gone off. They just went completely off the track map for no reason. Oh yeah, people
I'm not sure who to watch.
Face themselves as well as possible, and with that, obviously this is no pro F1, so you're gonna have to try and take into account before you start your lap what the pace of the person in front of you is, because you can start right behind them to get good slipstream, but if they're way slower than you, you're gonna encounter them somewhere halfway through the lap, and that's gonna be a detriment to both of your laps.
And here we have Kepan Paridon. What is the setting? 112.7.
Must have just started his lap as well, because he's on pretty high ERS.
Yeah.
Oh, and round he goes. Well.
So, Paridon. Oh! Okay, yeah. Nickman just retired from the session.
I was gonna say, don't do that on the exit of turn 1. In real life, it would have been pretty dangerous to reverse like that. Again, that's why you're happy that ghosting exists in this game.
That was a really cool transition there. And we have Luke Unison, P2, charging for the pole position of Lucas Dirksen, which is a crazy lap. And he's not improving, so...
Ooh, Schijvlak. Fast. Not so banked corner with the very banked sandbank next to it. Through this little twisty section with very dangerous curbs, and he goes wide, and takes the 100 marker board with him. Well, that's his lap done.
Pawlikowski, purple sector 2.
Right.
0.2 improvement.
Pawlikowski.
So Pawlikowski would have to improve, double his improvement in the last sector to get pole position.
Very good line there.
Is it pole position or is it P2 for Hubert Pawlikowski? Now going over the line.
To the line. And he improves a second, but it's not enough.
What a lap. Still.
There was a good improvement in the final sector. You need to improve for some 3 tenths or so. Anyways, last man to come across the line, Dominic Kuchen. What is he gonna do as he comes towards the line? Is he gonna pit? Better not. I was about to say that would be very anticlimactic. And he goes up to 6th. So there you go.
And Lucas Dirksen, pole position for his home race, which is good, I guess.
And this time no Elias to interfere with it.
Yep. And those are the results of qualifying. Lucas Dirksen takes pole in front of Pawlikowski and Tunison. Behind there is Dirksen, Alexander Vasa, Kuchen, Groenewegen, Radu, Montano, Alphalasi, Alfiades, Paridon, Lawrence, and I forgot the name.
I forgot what Ola's last name was again.
Yep, and we'll see you pretty quick. Just a little mention, because this league also has partners. So,
Wow. Partners, amazing.
streamed by
Look at that.
tcast right now, and here's Szandor Czirjak from AZcom.
Three broadcasting partners and a
Yeah, if you want to try
sort of
betas of
partner,
software,
I guess
then
you could say.
go to Beta Cloud.
But
And
yeah,
we'll
Beta Cloud's
play
quite
the intro really quick.
Beta programs.
Both go off on the middle of the Camel Straight. What an epic battle here! Wheel to wheel with the Haas and the Alpine!
This is great racing. Welcome to the Lom1138 Cup Season 2 AZcom Dutch event for Zandvoort, round 12. It's 8 seconds till session begins, so let's have a look at the track map real quick. Turn 1, turn 3, 7, 11 and 14 are key corners here. And it's going to start now, so let's abort this one, I guess. Yeah, broadcasters are here. It's not starting yet. Yeah. Yeah, it's Olaf Feldman. By the way. Okay, still have 30 seconds left. Hi. It's AZcom now. I haven't unmuted Szandor, sorry.
Dominic says, thanks for ruining breaking boards already. I lost a tenth and a half because of it, thanks for nothing. And I'm like, but doesn't he use line?
I think.
We'll kind of invalidate his argument there. There we go, formation lap gets underway. It looks a bit cloudy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This is, interesting stuff.
Yeah, but we have dry conditions right now, and let's have a look at the championship first. Here we go.
Championship, Luke Teunissen, then 162, Lucas Derksen 136, so again that's in the 26 points of a gap, and that is a win and a fastest lap, and all that Lucas would have to do then is get that and have Luke not score any points, which has happened before. See Austria, and well, late chaos is a very common occurrence in this league, despite the fact that the races quite often go through their safety car allocation very quickly. It still sometimes happens.
Yeah, it's predicted to be a medium hard, as always.
It's an F1 50% race as usual.
Yeah, so
it is medium to
hard.
hard or the opposite. As I come through that final sector.
Oh, Nickman got kicked.
Uh-oh, not again.
And my OBS hasn't crashed in the formation lap this time. So I think this really was an issue in Belgium.
So there we go, as they come towards that start-finish straight. Someone's decided they don't want to warm the tires up anymore.
And I forgot to.
You're gonna do that, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, there we go. Just run you through the starting order one more time. Lucas Derksen starts on pole, Jure Pawlikowski alongside. Luke Teunissen, and then Milan Derksen ahead of Muffin Hitte, and Dominic Kuchen, and Pim Groenewegen, and Lepardatu Radu, according to tgis.
Oh no! Nickman got the score.
Ria Montano, Said Alphalasi, Yeah, okay, Nickman's just had that problem
Three,
happen to him.
four,
Well,
5
he's
lights. Shut up,
out.
Szandor.
Red 5 red lights, and they're out. We have to wait for a second. And as they go for underway.
The pitbox of
So we're
Pavlikovsky
already,
was kind of moved.
Oh, it's a great start from Yuri Pavlikovsky once again. Does Lucas have any answer to it on the outside? It just gets a better line, and yeah, that keeps him the lead despite the better start. And there comes Luke Tennyson. Is he going to move around the outside? Do we have any moments coming into turn 2? Yes, we do. There's 2 cars off. I think it's a Haas. Yeah, it's no, it's a Dominic Koegen and Pim Groenewegen have had a moment down at turn 2. Everything seems nice and single file so far. Then got some chaos in the back though. Some cars running very close together there.
Groenewegen
Kay from
and
Paradon's
Koegenspan.
had a good start. He's gone from what I think was like 11th or 12th up to 8th already.
And we have Chris Lawrence here.
Yeah, they are running very close together.
Ferrari behind. And he's behind Said Al-Falassi.
Ooh, very close to that inside curve. It's very easy to just touch it at the wrong angle and get
Exactly.
killed immediately.
And yeah, he's charging for Al-Falassi now, and in front there is a smaller gap.
See, as usual, Said has a tendency of taking very suboptimal and different lines to other
Oh
people.
my,
And here
whoa.
he comes, he pulls to the inside.
It's lagging
Big
massively.
Double dummy or so.
Oh my!
Oh, a bit of contact, a bit of double contact.
And
Well, they come off somewhat okay. Kay from Paradon's gone up to 7th.
bro, it's lagging massively right now. I'm sorry.
1. It's a bit weird. Well, 2 Ferraris, both overtaken an AlphaTauri in the first sector there.
So Alexander Wasser behind Millen Dirksen right now. And Radu. Oh, Ole Feldman spun. He's now pretty much dead last. Oh well, he isn't. He's pretty close to Dominic Koegen right now. And Lucas Dirksen in 1:14.8. And Paradon is improving it. And here we see Ole Feldman charging for the not last place, second last. Easy pass for him.
Yeah, and unfortunately Dominic has a tendency of qualifying very well and then dropping it in the first few laps and then not being able to defend from others. Bit of an unfortunate character trait, and 2 people go round. Synchronized spinning with Muffin and what is it, Milan Derksen here at turn 6.
Oh, and Paradon also.
Oh wow. And that time it was 1 corner further, but yeah, that's just the dangers of that second sector in basically any condition, and Paradon spun again.
I think this won't be the last time today that we see cars spinning.
Definitely will not be last time, especially since we're only on lap 3.
Yep. We got 11% done, I think. No, wrong. Paradon spun again, I think. But let's have a look at the front, because Luke Tunison is getting close to Lucas Dirksen again.
Just staring down his back. Yeah, Paradon's race is just getting worse now. Going around everywhere. That's what happens when you get the tires in this game. They just absolutely fade away from you if you get them ever so slightly too
Oh,
hot.
5-second time
Still
penalty
5
for
second
speeding the
penalty as well.
pits. How unfortunate.
Makes it even worse.
Thanks, Szandor, you cannot read that, you know?
I Yes, sir. There you go. That Lom1138 community. Again, each graphics creator has their own rules on credit. Some don't feel like it's necessary. Some feel like it just needs to be community itself.
Yeah, and more credits on the video description as we are looking at Luke Tunison, who is
Oh,
going
an excellent
past
traction on the
Starkson.
outside. We saw it at the start and we see it again here.
So, the Dutch switch, and it's a Dutch battle right now in the top 3. And Hubert Pawlikowski is now coming pretty close to Lucas Dirksen. And it's proper sector 1 for Luke Tunison.
He's going very fast, and again, just being on the outside there, turn 1 costs you very minimal time. Ooh, and he just hits that outside curb, and he survives without any damage. He could be very lucky with that one, Hubert Pawlikowski, but his tires could be toast if he isn't careful in these next few corners, and yeah, he's clearly struggling there.
Chris Lawrence going up into P5 now because of that, and Said Afalasi is losing a lot of time.
Said Afalasi! Oh man, I thought he was going around the outside of the Red Bull there. That would have been pretty cool to see, but unfortunately
in
he's
some
got a little too wide
gap
on the exit.
Yeah, he was putting in some safety gap. The Pawlikowski, this is costing him a lot of points in the championship, definitely. I think he's out of the winning game for this race.
Seems to have his temperatures okay now.
Are we done spun again?
Oh, yeah. Well, there's some paradigm that just gets worse and worse. It's all passing time. Fortunately, not much you can do about it, and he's lost his front wing as well.
Yeah, only left. Did he get kicked or did he just leave? Oh, yeah, he's offline on Steam, so I think his computer might have crashed.
I was about to say, don't count out a crash. I mean, obviously, we've seen it a bunch of times before.
And Kuchen
people
spun.
rage quitting.
What a surprise! Same corner.
Cyvlock takes a lot of victims today.
Yeah. And Pawlikowski now close to Chris Lawrence, who is good in endurance racing, but not that much good in F1 racing as we've seen it yet.
Yeah, I have personally seen what the bigger difference between endurance racing and, well, league racing like this is. It's mainly in the fact that adapting to the track and the conditions obviously takes a while, and you can slowly find your pace, which is better to do in an endurance stint than in a shorter race like this.
Yep, and when I played ACC some days ago for like an hour, and then I played F1, don't know what was wrong with me there, but at this point I basically just was surprised by the grip you have. As you can see here, Hubert Pawlikowski now passing Chris Lawrence on the inside, who is not giving up that position that fast. Oh, really close to the curb there.
Very close together here.
And Afalasi might slip through too. Ah, never mind. It's getting close.
Oh, that was a very good line from Said, actually. Contrary to what he normally does at certain corners, that was actually a better line than the rest.
Yeah.
Oh wow, the texture at that corner goes through the sponsor board somehow as well. Or over it. Oh, that's early pit stop.
Yeah, P8.
Means
lap 8.
Oh, and he gets a speeding penalty. That's... Oh. T-posing Red Bull mechanic camera. Ah, yes, and the McLaren pitbox camera. The game does not exactly know what pitbox it wants to focus on today. Where will he come out?
P12, definitely.
Gonna be in clear enough.
His teammate unlapped himself now.
Oh, that was definitely a warning he got there by the game. So now he didn't cross the white line there.
And the closest gap on the track is actually here in the front. Lucas Dirksen still close to Mr. Tunison, and I think he's just chilling behind.
As usual, that's the thing with this game. It just ends up being a battle of who can conserve the most ERS while keeping up with the other.
And the strategy isn't even that dumb, because Unison is faster on the mediums and Dirksen just gets the DRS and is faster on worse tires. Oh, and interesting line by Unison there.
You can see he does get that exit speed, so again, different lines, different advantages. You can see Lucas tends to throw his car very early into the corner, while Tennyson does it very late.
Yeah.
Which, well, I would say is an advantage more in Lucas's favor because,
Overtaking.
dive bombing.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
And I wonder what Tunison is doing now, because we're going onto the DRS strip. But I think, yeah, it's just keeping like that. Because here it is, the detection point. And here's the DRS. And I think if you take if you take a later braking point into this corner, you might grab the DRS in your last moment. So the line of Lucas Dirksen is faster there too. And only Chris Lawrence has a penalty yet, so Alphalassi pretty clean yet.
It's gonna be fun when F123 comes out and the DRS zone at this track actually extends through the final corner. That's gonna be hell, because people are just gonna open their DRS and just slam it straight into the wall.
Yep. Oh my god, my voice was...
If people are already losing the rear, especially in qualifying sessions at the final corner, then imagine what it would be like pressing ERS and opening the rear wing and then just dying immediately. Here's another battle.
Ola versus Pim Groenewegen. Great pass there into turn 1, was pretty close to the barrier there. And I'm sorry for the massive lagging here, I don't know why.
Yeah, there you saw it again, that split second moment there. That's exactly not what you want to do, because that was that line was very vulnerable to understeering off the track and then, well, getting a mouthful of spiky curb of doom.
Okay, I think battle is over, so let's have a look here again.
Just have to watch the closest gap on track unless something else happens.
Yeah.
I need a very close battle between what is not a lot of time gain on the straights for Lucas. Must be using a bit higher downforce setup this weekend, which is contrary to what he normally does.
And Dirksen versus Pim Groenewegen. Oh, Pim spun. Unfortunate.
There's a pit stop strategy graphic again. Wow, no big changes so far. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Hanging back, I don't think this at the front will change a lot, but yeah, it's not like we have anything better to look at. Now this is again that characteristic Lom Cup race where at this point in the race it just kind of becomes that slow burner, and then in the last 5 laps all hell breaks loose suddenly.
Yeah. And it's
pit stops.
probably just dry for the whole race, as we have 7% forecast.
Yeah, you can see the sky is getting a lot lighter on the track there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And everyone who is on our Discord server, link is in the chat, might have seen the announcement that I won't be owner next season. It is Szandor. So, Szandor, realistic weather for the win.
Realistic weather. Yes, yes. Now, exactly, next season, that's just one half executive decision I'm going to be taking, since most people agreed with it. I'll be entering it for the next season, that we will indeed be using the weather that we had, that was present at local, how do I say this, present at the location of the track 24 hours before the race started.
Yep.
We voted for this somewhere halfway through the season, and we're just going to regard it as some sort of like a vote for a next season rule change. When, well, the majority voted in favor, so we starting that system next season. And we'll see how it ends up, because it could be fun to...
So if you want to be a race director and lobby host at the same time, you have to be, then join our server and send a DM to me, tgis, or Szandor. I'm the one guy with the Minecraft profile picture.
I'm the guy with the... and I'm the guy who makes logos, and I am obsessed with triangles, so... That's all you have to say. I'm obsessed with making triangles when making logos, and that's all you need to know to be able to find me.
He has an X with a T
Also, I'm Dutch.
on top.
Yes, and to those who haven't taken the time to look at the logo yet and figure out what it actually is, it's actually my initials bound together into one logo.
Oh, now I see it.
You can see that's
Yep.
also the reason why there's that little line halfway through the T, so that it forms the S and the C on the right hand side, and then the T on top. This is Thomas is my middle name after all.
Szandor Thomas Czirjak.
But obviously not spelled your normal Thomas now. Of course, T-O-M and then an A with an accent aigu, as is with my first and last name, and then an S. Ha! Because why would you spell things the normal way? Fun times.
And Pim Groenewegen 114.4. So he's charging right now. And also Side Afalasi is going pretty quick now, and I expect Luke Judison to pit very soon because his tires are at 58% age now. And Radu has also 56% on his mediums. Oh, Luke Judison spins! On the curb of turn 1! That's
what the danger of those curbs is, and yeah, it's cost him not once, but twice. Although I don't think he hit the curb in qualifying. He stays in second, but actually, behind him is Rio Montano. I don't exactly know how he got into third, but he's been there for basically the entire race. Ah yes, Cup. You gotta love them digital signs when they're very small. Just
Yeah.
Cup.
Yeah. Sometimes it shows the Lom and sometimes it shows Cup. So
It's fun, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, Lucas Derksen now with that 7-second lead, and it's gonna start growing slowly because again, Luke has to get
Hit
those
very
tires
soon.
to calm down a little.
yep, 61% on his mediums now in the tire age. It's just live data from the game, so it's pretty much accurate. And the rain probability didn't change. Although the drivers don't have exact data. Except they're listening to our stream here. Because it's set to approximate. I don't know if they know. And let's have a look here in P5. Hubert Pavlikovsky pretty close to Radu, and Luke Junison's pitting now. Indeed. Here we have him. And Radu also pitted.
So he
All
decide-
5 seconds.
So many penalties for speeding. That's the thing about the Zandvoort pit lane. It's that little kink in the entry to the pit lane that it catches people out very easily. Is that?
Yeah. Like you're coming into the pits and then boom! Brake, and you miss it a lot of times.
There was the Lucas on the clock.
Yeah.
We've kept him through every track so far because again, it's a small detail that isn't extremely noticeable anyway, and it's just a little fun thing. It's not an Easter egg because everyone knows it.
I think somewhere here on the track is also never gonna give you up text. I don't know where.
It's somewhere.
I put it on the track always.
What did you do? You replaced one of the spots import textures with it?
Yep.
Oh yeah, you did that last time as well, I forgot.
Yeah,
It must be somewhere, but
I created it once for a tutorial video and then never deleted it. So I just decided to put it on the tracks.
to use the magic eye here to try and find it. It could also be that it's not present on this track. It happens quite often that there are sponsored textures that just don't appear on the track. I've had it before. Could be in the pit lane, perhaps hidden somewhere. Don't think so. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. Looks like Pim Groeneweg has gone round. And that was the correct guess. It's a bit of a shame because he was pushing and gaining a lot of time. But yeah, indeed, I look at it, it's really weird. We've got basically just gravel texture on the inside of the corner, and then the parts that go onto the track are just red.
Yep.
Anyways, Pim was taking a bit of an iRacing line there, and there we go. He's taking the iRacing line, driving across the grass.
Oh!
And it's not helping! It's costing
That's
him
not
his
the
front
iRacing
wing.
line, I think.
Oh, and there's another spin.
At a fallacy.
Oh, Saeed Al-Falassi, 6th place. That's
Oh,
a
that
big
was
shame.
close.
That's a big shame because he was in, what was it? 4th, 5th?
Unsure. I think, yeah, 4th.
And just another thing, in this track it's pretty hard to get any warnings for exceeding track limits and such, so this is good terrain for Saeed because he can be fast, but if he does so, he tends to pick up a lot of track exceeding penalties.
And
Alexander
Alexander Wasser spun. Last corner.
Alexander Wasser. You can see the people, some of the people who have not pitted yet are just having their tires drop off now.
And just remember, Luke Junison set a new fastest lap, but...
He's been in the pits, but Lucas hasn't, so this is going to be an interesting thing. And yet
Lucas...
another, that's the 4th 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane to be
and I just want to mention, the fastest lap Lucas Dirksen did, which was his last one, was only 0.02 of a second slower than Junison, and he's doing a purple sector again. I think he's doing an in-lap right now, as he's using ERS a lot. And his tires are getting kinda old.
Let's see.
Nope.
No.
Oh, and by the way, as we're talking about pit strategy...
Throws in the fastest lap. There you go, he's on hard, so he is predicted to pit in about 1 or 3 laps. More battles on the track. Milan Derksen versus, what was his name, last name again? Ole.
And Milan Dirksen, pretty close to Ole Feldman.
Feldman, that was it.
Who indeed is a quick driver. He was second last race by a small margin, and Pawlikowski flying. And he's also yet to pit. So, for some reason, it seems like at around 57% of your hard tire, you're going pretty quick again. And also Rio Montano is not slow at all. Also doing pretty quick laps. And Milan Dirksen still chasing Ole. And, oh, Alexander Wasser also fastest lap. What are they doing here? But okay.
What
These
on earth
tires
is
are
going
fresh.
on? Just wilding on those fastest lap now suddenly.
Oh, and Pim spun and he gone a bit
Crazy
backwards. Oh, and Chris Lawrence going pretty slow. Real Montano is in the pits.
There we go, so that's her third place in the race. Well, technically fourth place, considering Luke.
Millen Dirksen is coming in too.
Okay, now Luke has the advantage of 2 people in front of him just pitting there. Goes past
just needs
Rio
some
Montano,
free
but
air.
not by an awfully big margin. And Rio Montano comes out ahead of Lapidato, so good stuff for him.
Dominic Kuchen. Pim retires in the pits.
Pits. Now let's hope that we don't get that weird issue we had at, was it Abu Dhabi last season, where someone gets held up in the pits somehow by a car that's just standing still in the fast lane. Whoa! Dominic almost oversteers himself into the pit lane. A wall.
The Pim Groeneweg's car is coming out of the pits again. Have to retire.
Almost have to go back.
The tricky thing is, if you want to give up the race, you have to retire close before the pit entry, so the car cannot go out of the pits anymore. But
sometimes it does still go out, though. That's the only problem.
Oh!
And round we go again.
And also Millen Dirksen spun.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Circus Spinella.
Yep. And medium tires for Ole Veldman. And Lucas Dirksen on 65% hearts, still racing.
Oh, we saw him do it at Mexico. He took the risk of taking his tires to 75% plus. I did too, but unfortunately for me it didn't work out as well as it did for him.
Yep. I remember when I did an Imola race and I did a soft run pretty close to the end because of a late safety car, and I finished the race with like 95% of those softs.
You must have been very lucky there to not get a puncture, unless simulation damage was off, because then obviously you don't get punctures.
It was on regular, and you can get punctures. And look, it's Dirksen. It is him now pitting.
It is now possible to get punctures.
The AlphaTauri crew there being kind of freeze. Okay, wrong camera, mate.
It happens so often in that pit lane.
Look at the AlphaTauri guys there. Never mind. Cannot see them. Camera just going past them. Oh, Haas is teleporting. And Lucas on the clock. Rio Montano fastest lap. Oh, it's getting close here with Luke Jonassen. I cannot change the camera anymore. Ah, yeah, now. Pit lane moment. And yellow sector 3. It is Alexander Wasser. And Paridon still racing. We have a look at Pavlikowski here. Getting chased by Rio Montano, the Mexican. Trying to get back a podium position. He was in for a moment. And top 3 is now... they have done their pit stop they need. Let's have a look at stops. Yeah, everyone has pitted. Paridon did 3 times. And Muffin is doing his second one, I guess. On Rio Montano. Oh, looking there for the inside, but not quite doing it. Szandor is kinda dead right now, and...
This is just silent. Sometimes, you're just thinking. I was kinda being distracted this time, though, by something else. Anyways.
You can commentate now, because I have to eat some noodles.
Yes, okay, let's take that over for a second. So, Rio Montanel. Now we do have another battle brewing behind this as well. So you see Olo behind Milan Derksen, but main battle here at the front is Rio Montanel trying to chase Jure Palakovsky, who is chasing Luke Teunissen. But it doesn't look like the gap is going to change much, but this battle between these two here very close. Well, both on mediums. Assume their tire age isn't that much different. So it's just all about the driving and the lines you take. Fastest lap Lucas Derksen on 13.339. So yeah, he's just pushing to secure that win at this point. Let's keep an eye on the front as well, because we just got Jure Palakovsky now dragging on the back of Luke Teunissen. I don't think he's gonna be able to get through. No, he won't. So we'll have to keep an eye on this battle instead. I think the DRS will be enough there. No, it's not going to be. Be sensible. Keep it behind. Try to get a different spot to out-accelerate your opponent. See people taking different lines. It's always fun to see how many different lines people can take through there. And we've got a yellow flag. Chris Lawrence has gone off at the final corner. And there is a safety car.
Yep, it's
of
a regular
some
one.
sort. It's a full safety car. Chris Lawrence, as you see here, his car on the minimap in the middle. Let's switch to Lucas' camera, see if we can see what happened to him before his car despawns, hopefully.
Oh, in the middle of the
just,
track.
Must have just drifted wide then.
Yep.
Yeah, obviously Lucas pits. This is Zandvoort, where I'm... it's probably going to be a new set of mediums.
Soft tires.
Soft thing. I know soft tires can last some laps, but I don't think it can last that many laps. Luke Teunissen pits as well.
I was
Oh, Rio
thinking that one
Montanel.
too.
Rio Montanel stays out. Interesting.
Mediums for the car of Luke Teunissen. So I think
Everyone's pitting.
Palakovsky too.
Has Rio Montanel made the right decision, or is he going to play that Mexican Minister of Defense role again?
Minister of Mexican Minister of Defense, okay.
Yeah, had to
And
correct myself there for a second, and that is a penalty
here?
being served. Pit lane speeding penalty, obviously. Good to get that out of the way. And still be 7th, so always good. Stayed.
Of tires.
So we've got a lot of people making good gambles here. Pay off.
And also Dominic Hugen's soft tires. So if we're talking about tires, let's have a look. So a lot of soft runners, a lot of mediums now. This looks kind of like a F1 2021 race start.
Yeah, I kind of wish tire strategies were still a bit more like before.
Yep. Like medium
It's a bit
hard
of
is
a
the meta
shame
in this
that,
game.
there are no weird alternate strategies being played.
Yep. Except the one
Where are the days of this medium to hard strategy being the safe option, but soft to mediums being somewhat possible?
Yep.
But very risky.
Apart from the hard soft strategy Lucas did in Austria. Hello Akosfodi! Oh! Akosfodi! In our chat.
Hello!
Welcome, welcome!
He's a well-known man around the
SimHub community, yeah.
SimHub community indeed.
Yeah,
It's good to see him here.
what a pleasure. Now let's have a look at the front. Luke Starkson leading it. Here, the man who is charging in the championship. We can have a look at the points before the event. Teunissen, who is currently P3, is 1 win and fastest lap ahead of Lucas Starkson, and behind us Jure Pawlikowski, who is currently in P4. Here we see him.
There's only some small, what is it, 17 points or so behind, or what is it? I can't count anymore. Yeah, 17.
Yeah.
So, not bad. It's still possible, and well, Rafael Spreng is still there, but he's missing a lot of races lately, and that's what's mainly cost him, because he was leading the championship before. Just like Raiko Saar, who's, well, dropped a lot further down than Rafael has.
Yeah, and this is a league race. Yes. referring to chat. So yeah, and we're waiting for the safety car now to come in. I think it could get in this lap, as Kuchen is catching Q now. Yep, it is.
It is
Look
coming
here.
in.
Turn that off. No one needs it. I think this...
We're about to get Racing League. It's a very opportune time to use those graphics to make cool, like, F1 social style of videos.
Okay, here we are again. Stream's back on. Virtual camera is not. Graphic is shown now. So if you see this little boy in the bottom right that says the graphics created by, you know, this boy crashed my OBS. Let's see if my OBS is surviving if I hide it again. It is. So, no more graphics for the rest of the race. Huh. And we can show the interval gap again. So, for you to update what happens...
Obviously, I physically missed seeing it, but yeah, we have lost Luke Tennyson. I don't exactly know what happened.
I can describe it. Hugh Pavlikovsky, who we see right now, went into the Hugenholz corner, which is the massively banked one after turn 1.
Yeah, okay, that's
and
indeed.
They went in there side by side and basically Hubert, I think, lost it and slammed Tunison into the inside wall of the turn, I guess.
I see. Okay, it's that exit of turn 3 moment. Yeah,
here.
That's what
they
I
went side by
described
side here, and now they went off track and here on the into the wall on the left side, and Tunison parked on the outside wall then.
That is another way of colliding with each other.
I recorded it, so
It's always nice. It's good to at least have some footage of what happened, so we can go top 10 most dramatic Lom Cup moments of history.
yes.
And then like full countdown. Number 1, Lucas throwing his shit away at Abu Dhabi.
But with the Spanish, you know,
People being disqualified. You know, it would have been dramatic moments if it didn't happen 3 races in a row. Well, good exit speed for Jurgen Pavlikovsky. He's going to be looking at Milan Derksen here, but both have DRS, and you can see the advantage that gives you, but he's still going to try and move down the inside. He's going to make the move, but the outside has more grip, but he's ahead before they get to the apex. And that renders him up into the podium places. But again, they are stuck behind Rio Montano for now, so Rio, as I expected, is playing the role I expected him to play, playing Mexican Minister of Defense for these last 6 laps. Yeah, he's a bit of a scapegoat at this point.
And his tires are not that much worse than the one of everyone behind.
Purely to defend. But yeah, that's... Oh! And he goes round. Well...
Defense is over.
He didn't have that much wear on his tires. Well, that's a lot more now.
Yep.
His defense is over, but he's done his job. He's created a 5.4 second gap between Lucas Derksen and Jurgen Pavlikovsky.
And it could be the second win for Lucas Derksen in this season. I think, apart from Luke Tunison, he will be the only one who did 2 race wins. I'm unsure. Don't judge me.
I am just going to check while that happens, because I can do that, of course. Where is it?
Standings. In the standings channel you can see it.
Where's... There we go. And the standings...
Oh, Tunison only has 1 win, actually.
Rafael Spreng actually has 3 wins.
3 wins.
Valentino Campa. Valentino Campa has 2 wins. So, yeah, Rafael Spreng and Valentino Campa, the only 2 drivers to have won more than 1 race this season so far. It looks like Lucas Derksen is going to join them.
And Van Leeuwen didn't show up to a single race since his win in Austria, which are 4 races ago.
Yeah. It's strange the Joop van Leeuwen scoring a big handful of points of winning at Austria and then unfortunately not showing for multiple races in a row. I mean, the same can be said for Marian Zink, who hasn't been here since Azerbaijan.
Yep. And Szandor, if you want to have a look at the crash, it's in the protest channel now.
There we go.
Unison posted it there.
Oh, let's have a look at the replay. Very much shown on screen. Yep, uh-huh. Now it would be cool if it could automatically... Oh, it's still processing, I guess. That's why it's so low quality. Let's see. Oh, they were like super close coming through the final corner as well. And then he tried to go down the inside. Went very wide at turn 1, I see. You were profited. And don't tell me they're just gonna come together. Oh, it's the situation that happened between the two Red Bulls in Bahrain, where they just lock horns and drag each other off the track.
Oh
But
yeah.
that time it was Raikko Sar pushing Juri Pawlikowski wide, and now it's Juri Pawlikowski pushing someone else wide instead.
And Milan Dirksen stays in the DRS of Pawlikowski, pretty close, and I think you can be sure that the leader, Lucas Dirksen, on screen right now, is gonna win this race. Yes, look behind, there's no one inside of Alassi, spun into the gravel in turn 1. And Unison left the session.
I mean, yeah, understandably so. You'd be pretty angry if this happened to you. But yeah, not much that can be done about it. And Said, well, he's just doing his thing. Wow, okay. He is dancing now. This is not even spinning anymore, this is just dancing around the track.
And 2 laps left for Lucas Dirksen, while Alexander Vasa is pitting. And fun fact, the Formula E underwater race was just in April Fool's thing.
Oh, shame. I was really like, this just sounds too weird. But then again, funny enough, I would have genuinely actually like
Believed. Yeah, I believed it
I
too.
would have genuinely believed it, because Formula E is the type of ones to
Yep, they're going the strategy of like doing crazy things to get attention and new fans.
yeah, exactly. I mean, works pretty well. Formula E now has that reputation by many people of being that series to do weird things. But that's a reputation you gain when you
I mean, racing on an abandoned airport.
when you manage to add tracks to your calendar that other series cannot even begin to think about.
And now we have a look at the final lap of Lucas Dirksen for his home race at the Netherlands in Season 2.
Yeah, let's just switch back to that for a second. We'll get back to Formula E in another moment. Maybe the post-race talk, we'll see.
Yeah.
But here we go, final lap. He's just got, what is it, 15 or so more corners to navigate through the Hugenholz corner for just one last time. Through, what is it? I keep forgetting the name, but it was named after some farmer guy whose land was partially taken for this circuit, I'm pretty sure, or the old circuit. So I've luck in the middle.
And last time
sector
over
there.
Red Square. Number 1.
Number 9. Alexander Vassar's going round, but he'll still score points regardless. Through that Audi S, which isn't really an S, more of a I don't know what letter to compare it with.
And the last red square for him to cross.
This
And here we
one.
have the last turn for Lucas Darkson to win his home race on the soft tire. And here he is, crossing the line
Darkson.
now. Lucas Darkson wins the Lom1138 Cup Dutch event. And
He's played it
gains
to perfection.
exactly the amount
Whoa.
of points he needs to equal Lucas Tjernesen in the championship.
Oh yeah, with actually
He has the
exactly
fastest lap.
exactly what we said might happen did happen. Luke Tennyson ends up scoring no points, so with Lucas gaining 26, that means he's now tied.
Yep.
And just like that, we can use this to tell Lucas to shut up about giving up on the championship.
Yep.
Because this is the second time that he said he's given up on the championship this season, and both times he keeps getting very close.
Yep.
Maybe it's just the reverse psychology or something.
Yep. So the Dutch battle is going on for last 4 races. If you want to join these last 4 races, check the chat. There is a link. Or the video description. All credits for graphics are there too. Only 6 driver of the day. I don't
Maybe
agree.
mathematically impossible to challenge for the championship if you join now, but hey, at least you can challenge still for something like 6th place or something.
Yeah.
which is still pretty crazy considering how high up you can get with the amount of drivers we've had so far.
Yep. And Millen says Dirksen won 2 maybe. But let's have a look here. It's Lucas
That is
Dirksen
possible.
going through the hallway.
Stewart's gonna have a look at the incident between Juri Pawlikowski and Luke Tennyson, of course.
And we have him hopping
It's
into
been
the
a while
gritty.
since Lucas has been hitting the gritty there, but
Yeah.
he's able to do it once again. Wins his home race. He's been on the podium in every single race held at this track so far. But unfortunately, both of those previous times have been 3rd places, and both of them have been to Elias winning and me being 2nd.
And I think he might have crossed the 300 laps in this league now. As Tjernesen and Pawlikowski did it on the spot last race in Belgium. And GG to Lucas, as the chat says too. On YouTube and Discord. Well, we have a long loading screen. I don't know if the results are coming.
Yep, the results are definitely not coming now. This is gonna be fun.
I hope they're coming for a moment, because otherwise live timing won't be finished. It is. Thank you.
Thank God.
And
There we
we're...
go, you got like 3 seconds of it.
Yep.
But hey, at least you got it.
Lucas Dirksen wins. We get into the talk for a moment. I can close this game now.
Shut up, F122. Why are you so small in the corner?
Because I put it like this in the OBS, you know? Not Alt F4ing, even though I am.
Yeah, don't Alt F4 from don't
Still
Alt
doesn't want
F4
to.
from the F1 game. It takes way too long if you Alt F4.
So let's just spam the escape key. Ah, now it is. Now you see a black square, and now you don't see anything.
And now it's
Yep.
better.
Anyone want to do interview? Yeah, I can just ask them, you know. Driver. Anyone? Interview.
Hello, interview anyone?
So for anyone who's interested in joining for some race in this season or next season, led by Szandor, then I just send the link into the chat. And Lucas Darkson is in interview waiting, so let's pull him.
Cool, here
Hello,
he is.
Lucas. Welcome to the interview room. Yeah.
We got the gritty. It's all we need from.
Yeah, I did it on Facecam as well, so
Alright,
you have to
bye-bye.
now.
That's it.
Extra content.
Yeah. Well, you want it? Anything to say?
Easy.
Okay.
I was fastest on hards.
And
I was
in the
fastest on
championship-
mediums. I was fastest on softs.
Yeah,
So very easy.
Everyone was gone today.
Yeah, I asked. What was funny though? I asked Ryu if he could like get a slow safety car restart.
Yep.
So I had like at least a second gap to work with.
And congrats.
That's
you're-
exactly what happened, but I didn't. I just went.
And well, you are now leading the championship.
Yeah, on 0 points.
Yeah.
So the tables are turned now,
Yeah, but you're leading.
and I am kind of fast on Silverstone.
Yeah, but you're leading.
I'm not
because...
fast as Canada, so.
Yeah, you're leading because of the wins. You get one more than Tunison.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was really
Okay.
low key, look tight, but
Yeah, but
yeah,
then enjoy
Ja.
your evening, I guess.
yeah. I want to say one thing. Pim, je bent een dogoe.
Okay. I don't understand it. And bye. Hello, Hubert Pavlikovsky. Second in the race
Hi.
today.
Yep.
It would have been P3, but Rio Montano did a battle. And how it is? P2, you're on in the championship currently P4 still. But you close in on... Oh no, you're third. You're third.
As usual.
I'm
Oh, there we
third.
go.
You're third.
That's where Hubert's used to being.
Right behind Tunison and Dirksen.
Just replace Luke with me and you get the exact same situation as last season.
Yeah.
Basically.
And
Maybe I would have been P2 anyway if Ryu didn't spin because I'm going. Well, I don't need to now, but I would have appealed the 5 seconds because I think the game bugged a little. But yeah, I don't need to now, so don't care about that too much.
yep.
Yeah, anything I have to say or?
You don't have to if you don't
Yeah,
want to.
I mean, obviously, I wouldn't need to say what's your opinion on that incident you obviously had with Luke Tennyson. Obviously, it's a big elephant in the room right now.
Yeah, so on the restart, in my defense, I was looking at when Lucas is going, not that Ryu just decided to slow down the pack, even though Lucas went. So that's why I stepped on the gas immediately, and then obviously I gave back the position, so no harm done. And I didn't dive bomb Luke into T1. So I think I personally should be clear on the safety car situation. And after the safety car, where he decided to stick his nose, I gave him as much space as I could, and then he collided anyway with me, and you know how it is with the like wheels just stuck to each other, and you can't really pull away.
We saw it with you before.
Yeah, so that's basically what happened there, and even though I think I was turning to the right as much as I could, we couldn't really pull away, and I had minor front wing damage after that, so yeah. That's basically
Yeah, obviously, it's
everything
not
that
optimal,
happened
but
from my perspective.
Yep.
do everything as best as you can. So yeah, no falling trying, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah, and let's
Again, still third in the championship, so just keep charging.
yeah, and thank you for the interview. We will talk to Rio Montano now. Have a good evening.
Thanks, you too.
Hello, Rio Montano. P6. Could have been P2, but unfortunately a spin was there. How are you feeling?
I mean, I'm happy with the result as long as I improved from where I started, but knowing that it could have been at least a podium, I'm not quite very happy, so, but yeah.
Yeah. So improved from P9 in qualifying.
Yeah. I had such good pace though, like throughout the race, but I mean, just I took too much curve and it was weird. Like, I kept having a moment there most of the laps, but nothing like too serious, just a little correction, and then I'm good. But that lap, it was just too much, so apparently so. Yeah.
And in the championship,
Otherwise, I'm happy.
yeah, let's have a look
Yeah,
at the
championship.
It's P8 for you now, and you're equal in points to Valentino Campa, but because he has one win more than you have, he is
Yeah.
still ahead.
technically in front.
ahead.
But if he doesn't participate next race, then you have P7
7.
at least secure. And behind you, Radu,
Yeah.
it's a big gap there. So, and
Yeah, Milan's
Oh.
quite a bit ahead now, so.
Yep.
I mean,
oh, and that spin was. Oh no, never mind. I just misread. Would have said that this spin would have costed you your best result yet, but I just
no,
read
I mean,
on
I won
Radu.
last race.
Yeah,
He won a race, so
yep. Radu, yeah, Radu managed to get P5 3 times already. In I don't know how many races. 12.
but I mean I would say unfortunate, but he's been very lucky. He was on the like preseason sign-ups, according to the sheet. He was actually one of the slowest drivers.
Yep, he did every race
And
yet.
again, that's just time trial times, and they're like anything but representative
Yeah,
pace.
race pace.
You can see that for especially from Lucas. He's like very good at time trial, but then well, people manage to match his pace in races.
Yep, and thank you for the interview. Have a nice evening.
Yep.
I think we both
You too.
will come to you in the channel very soon.
Yeah,
Just a moment.
alright, see ya.
Yep, okay, and thank you for everyone who was watching our stream. Thank you for KPTV, I don't know if you're still here, and Akros40. What a pleasure. And if you want to join us, link will be on the screen now. Bye bye.